Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well today, as once again we've got tons to go through, man. It's all kicking off again. Now make sure you're here tomorrow, be subscribed, notification bell on. The preview for Burnley versus Chelsea will be dropping tomorrow, so make sure you guys are here. And before we get cracking into all of the news, I do want to make you guys aware of the festive collection that is available on the Younes Talks Football store. You can go and get your Christmas stuff right now. Your jumpers are available and there and ready to go. Now, do not forget, this is limited and it will be only available for a certain amount of time. Once it's gone, it's gone. On top of that, you get free shipping for orders over $75, right? So that's USD, by the way. So enjoy, link in the description. Much appreciated for all of you that have already ordered. Thank you all so much for the support. And for those that are going to, much appreciated as well. Head to the first link in the description. Now, the second link in the description, I'm actually going to show you. This is actually news. We're going to segue into Chelsea. We're going to segue. So, you can head to the second link in the description for all your latest Chelsea festive jumpers, because they have been launched and you guys can go and get yourselves that. Now, I can't do that on my store because that's Chelsea Football Club. So if you want Chelsea stuff, well, you know where to go, second link. But on top of that, they've also, not that one, this one, announced this. In 1928, the first speedway race took place at Stamford Bridge. The team won the Southern League in its debut season and then claimed the National League title. Nearly a century later, we're still setting the pace. The Speedway Collection, available now in store and online. There is a brand new collection, which does look pretty, I mean, I gotta be honest, I'm not normally a fan when it comes to speed-inspired clothing, right? And that last one is Quenda, don't worry, we're gonna speak about him next. But this looks pretty good, and I think it's the green. I didn't think it would. I didn't think green would hit on me, but I like that green. It's a cool green. So you know where to go. Second link in the description. That's your Chelsea stuff. Now, Quenda. We've got news on Quenda. Now, if you don't know, Quenda is a player who plays on the wing. What a surprise! Who Chelsea have signed. What a surprise. Now, he's not at Chelsea at the moment. He is at Sporting Lisbon, and he will be joining Chelsea imminently because the deal is already done, but Chelsea have allowed him to spend time in Sporting in order to develop further. So, what's the latest? Well, we now know when and how he's going to be arriving at Chelsea. Here it is. It's understood Chelsea have communicated with Giovanni Quenda that he will be part of Enzo Maresca's first team plans next season. We also have, Chelsea has informed Quenda that he will be part of Maresca's first team plans in SW6 next season, while some speculated about a loan move for the Portuguese international, who will be 19 when he arrives in West London. Chelsea have plans for him to be involved with the senior squad in 26 and 27. On top of that, we've got Giovanni Quenda has been taking intensive English lessons to help him adapt quicker when he moves to the UK, and has attended some Chelsea home games to understand how the team plays. That, I have to be real with you guys, that's good level of dedication. Very good level of dedication. Now, Quenda, this is going to get very interesting. And why? Because of how he operates at the moment as a winger, who can play as a right winger. He can play as a left winger, right? He's versatile. This is someone that's going to come in and set a pace immediately, I think. Now, in terms of this season at Sporting Lisbon, he currently has, if I'm not mistaken, let me actually do this correctly. So, this season as a whole, 11 games in the league, 4 in the Champions Leagues, 18 in total. He's got 4 goals and 6 assists. It's decent, right? It's decent. He predominantly, like I said, plays off the right, plays off the left as well. When you're looking at this sort of player and his profile and how he is operating, you have to start asking questions about which winger is going to be sacrificed here. Someone's losing their place. Now, it's definitely not Estevao. In fact, I've got something to show to you about Estevao and Quenda in a bit. Garnacho, Gittins, Pedro Neto. It's a tough one. we're not going to be running with 5 wingers. Someone's out. Now, this is where Chelsea's method of making some money comes into play. And these are the sort of players that I expect to come in and actually keep their place. I look at Quenda and I think he is someone just like Estevao, just like I think the same is going to happen to Mike Penders, just like there are other players, Mamadou Sarr maybe, there's players that are currently out on loan or they've joined, but they've not joined the Chelsea just yet, theoretically. They're not in the first team squad yet, but they're part of the club. Those are the players that it just seems like they're the ones we're going to run with. They're going to come to Chelsea and then that's it. They are going to cement their role. And I think when it comes to this sort of thing, Estevao has set the pace in terms of doing that. And what it means is the other players that we've signed will end up being up for sale. So it's like I say, there's a winger here that won't survive, I think. Who is it going to be? We'll wait and see. But Quenda and his dedication so far in terms of pushing himself to learn English, and so far at Sporting Lisbon when you see him play, super technical player, super technical. And this is what we need, especially in terms of wingers. We are asking for wingers that are prepared to drive the ball at the defenders, take players on, take some risks, have the skill to dribble past and get past and create space and opportunity for themselves and their teammates. We've kind of had enough, and I don't think this is a Chelsea thing, this is a modern day football thing. We've had enough of wingers that are looking like they're going to run at defenders at 600 miles an hour, and then they stop, and then they're like, I'll pass backwards, yeah, go on. I'll just wait here, lads. I'm here. When you need me, call me. You know, like we've had enough of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not the type of winger we grew up with. Like, what's happened? It's the style of football and it's the way that modern football has gone in, and it's a bit of a joke. But Quenda, when you look at him play, just like you see how we get with Estevao, where he's prepared to just take a player on and he does win. Quenda seems like he is of a similar bracket. And this is what's getting us excited. So we're going to wait and see what's going to happen once he does show up to Chelsea, and that's going to be from next season. But let me know your comments down below. Who's not surviving here? Someone's got us. No, I don't want to say what I was about to say. Someone's not going to survive. I'm not going to say it in the way that I was going to say it because that's a bit dark. But someone's not going to survive. Who is it going to be? Let me know down below. That's just the truth. That's just facts, by the way. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but this is Chelsea Football Club, and you know, at the end of the day, if you don't make it, you don't make it. You've got to be good enough. It's as simple as that. So let's see. Who do you think? Let me know below. Now, talking about good enough. Todd Boehly. I've not spoken about Todd Boehly or the ownership in a little while. And today is going to be of substance because Todd Boehly has spoken. And he's said some very, very interesting things today. Very interesting. Now, this wasn't today. This was, I think, yesterday. But the quotes are out today. Let's get into it. What has Todd Boehly said about Chelsea Football Club? Well, normally when he speaks, we don't really get much. I think it's safe to say today we did. Here it is. He says, we're in this for the long term. We want to build something sustainable and exciting for fans. He says, money is a tool, not the goal. We're investing in talent to compete at the highest level, but it's about smart risks, not reckless ones. I'm going to keep reading because I feel like I already want to say something, but I'm going to keep reading. Here it is. Here's more. The Premier League is a battlefield. You either adapt and attack or you get left behind. We're choosing to attack. Football isn't just sport anymore. It's global entertainment. We're building a brand that resonates worldwide, from Stamford Bridge to streaming screens everywhere. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to stop there because there is more, but I want to stop there because what I'm about to say next about what he says next is kind of differentiating from this. So this is actually good. We're going to split this into 2 parts. What Todd Boehly says here about looking for the long term, building something sustainable and exciting for the fans, money isn't the goal. Okay, so what a lot of people, myself included, have been waiting for him to speak on, and not just him, the ownership, someone from the ownership. We don't really hear from Boehly at all. Barely from Jose Feliciano. Todd Boehly is actually the most vocal out of the lot. And we've been waiting to hear what are you actually trying to do here? Be truthful and be honest. Are you actually looking to win, or are you just looking to make money? Simple as that. What is it, right? Or like, are you trying to do both, but you're kind of trying to balance the act? At the end of the day, what's the prime goal? Because I don't think both of them can be the prime goal. I think one of them has to be the prime goal, and then the other one is the secondary goal. You either want to make money and then, yeah, it'd be nice to win, or you want to win and, yeah, it'd be nice to make money. Which one is it? And we've not really been told. It's always been a little bit of a fugazi, and this is what causes a lot of uncertainty in the fan base, is what are these owners genuinely trying to achieve here? Now, don't be stupid. Of course, everyone wants to make money. Let's not be dumb, yeah? But what's the prime goal of this whole thing of Chelsea Football Club? Do you want to win, like properly, or are you just here to make money? Now we actually got someone from the ownership, I think for the first time, speaking on this directly, not even indirectly, directly. Money is a tool, not the goal. We're investing in talent to compete at the highest level, but it's about smart risks, not reckless ones. And I think what Chelsea have done so far in terms of the transfer business, it has been very hit and miss. But you can understand where this is coming from when you look at some of the talent that we've brought in. Like I've just mentioned, okay, Estevao. Quenda is an example of someone that's playing really, really well and going to be coming in, who is young. But when you look at other players that are thriving, Cole Palmer is Cole Palmer and he's smashing it. Caicedo has turned into an absolute monster, you know. Cucurella is having the season and time of his life right now. So there are some smart buys, and when you look at reckless buys, there's two ends of the spectrum. High wages, high salary, not much output, or financially, yeah, not a crazy deal, but we haven't really got anything from this player. And I think we've actually got a touch of both of them. When you look at Raheem Sterling, for example, that's an example of what looks reckless in terms of high salary, high wage, no output, and he's just stuck at the club. And we've also got, up until only recently, we were looking at Gittins and going, flipping, now 50 million, well, so or something. He is, to be fair, now starting to come out his shell, which is great, so let's wait and see. But a key player that I think has just not gone well at all, and then it kind of blew up in his face later, was Mudryk. That's an example of the other side of reckless, right? But on top of that, what he says, the Premier League is a battlefield and you either adapt and attack or you get left behind. I actually agree with this. This is true. And look, whether we like it or not, me personally, if we could just turn on a switch and go back to the mid-90s or the early 2000s, I would do it instantly. When you look at football today and football then, take me back. Take me back. In fact, talking about that, keep your eyes peeled, both on here and on Shootout, because I think, you know, Prime Barclays is Prime Barclays and it was special, so that's what I'm going to say. But if you could take me back, I would, but we can't. It's never going to happen. That's a pipe dream that is impossible. It's not going to happen. So you either look at the situation right now and you look at the cards that you are dealt and you go, how am I going to make this work? And how am I going to win in this environment? Or am I just going to sit back and complain about it and not actually do anything about it? Because you got to pick one. People are moving forward. And if you're not, you're left behind. Pick one. This is where everything comes with urgency. And this is why, like, what he's saying here is actually correct. And then he is right on top of that as well. Football isn't just sport anymore. He's correct. Back in the day it was. Now it is also about, yeah, global entertainment, reach, numbers, attention. It's branding. It is. That's part of globalization. It's another thing that, look, for me, if I could, again, turn on a switch and go back, I would. Am I for globalization? If I had my way, no. No. But are you going to change it? Good luck to you if you think you are. So what are you going to do? Step up or step aside? Adapt or perish? Pick one. There is no middle. So he's correct in what he's saying here. as much as the purists, I think, will hate it, and I think, yeah, there is an element of I don't like this, but there is no choice because everyone else is doing it. Now, if you can get everyone to change direction, brilliant, good luck, and fantastic if you can. You ain't, it's impossible, so forget it. You got to just try and beat that competition in the same game that they're playing that maybe you don't want to play, but you have to play. End of story. So there's that. What he's saying there is fair enough. But on top of that, he said something else, which is the prime thing that we have been waiting to hear. We've been waiting to hear this. So here's Todd Boehly. The reality is it's just about winning. Are you winning or are you not? In the end, there can only be one champion. That whole interview was with Financial Review. That's the first time we've got someone properly from the ownership speaking this way. I have to say, it took a while, but we got there. Do you know what I mean? Finally, this is true. No one can disagree with this one. No one. The reality is, it's just about winning. And it's simple. Are you winning or are you not? That is correct. And I'm glad, if this is how we're thinking, right? If this is the genuine intention, now this is where we have to be honest. We are where we are right now. We can't go back. What's done is done, right? The intention and what's in the heart is the most important thing. If they're genuinely here to win, and they have their method, and they have their way, and they're trying to do it, but they actually got the intention of, no, we are actually trying our best to be successful here. We want to win. Fair flipping enough. That is what we've wanted to know for ages. Because the intention is there, and the intention is what counts the most. And this goes for life as a whole. It's about the intention. But there is more than enough resource, and there is more than enough that has been spent, and there is more than enough that has been put at our disposal that has and should have given us enough to be able to succeed by this point. Now, like I said, what's done is done. But if this is how we're moving forward, and we are starting to see the team grow, right? And he's also said, and he's spoken, I have not got this quote up, but he said that he's excited to see what this team is going to achieve because we are growing, and bit by bit, he's confident of where this team is going. And he's confident that this team will succeed. Well, okay, if it's genuinely about winning and that doubt that a lot of people in the fan base have of, they're only here to make a little bit of money and that's it. If it's genuinely not about that, then cool. It's the first time we've got that sort of indicator under this ownership. So I welcome it. Personally, I welcome it. And I hope that it's reflected with the way that we play and with the way that we perform and the results that we get. We need to start getting ourselves back into the title conversation. It has to happen. So we must drive forward. And this message from the top is and should simmer itself down, and hopefully that helps boost everyone up. So let's wait and see. Let me know your thoughts on that. That's Todd Boehly speaking. I'd love to hear your opinions down below. Now, Estevao, let's go back to the players. He's spoken as well. It's a day of quotes. So Estevao, what has he said? Here it is. He said, I think it's the confidence that the manager, the players and the coaching staff give me. And the motivation from all of them helped me to loosen up faster, made me feel at home here and more comfortable to be able to do my dribbles, to have confidence to make the plays. I don't feel like I've adapted 100%, but it's been better than I thought. On top of this, he's also said, God is everything to me, for my life, for my family. Now we can help many people, which I believe is also part of God's plan for my life. It's a bit difficult for my father to have a church over there in Brazil, while here he goes back and forth, but I believe it's for a greater purpose. Listen, I look, whether you're religious or not, how can you not love that? Now, I love this. Personally, I'm so pleased that he's got this mindset. Like, we spoke about this yesterday. Can you just compare this with Lamine Yamal? What did I say about Lamine Yamal yesterday? Yeah, did you see the news? I showed it to you. Yeah, what did he do lately? Well, in terms of that VIP room in the club? Yeah? Phones off? Yeah? Tons of chicks? Yeah? This guy's here talking about God's plan and... I love it! I love this game. Estevao, I don't have any more words for this guy, man, honestly. What a beautiful signing. Overall, what a beautiful player, what a beautiful human being. His heart is in the right place and he's got his head switched on. He's switched on. And you know what? That's on a personal level. Now, do you want to hear how switched on he is on a professional level? Well, let me show you, because this is exactly what I want from a player like him. Here it is. Sometimes I don't even know how I do it. I just do it naturally, like the bicycle kick in the Champions League. I saw the ball and I couldn't think about anything else. It's instinctive. I don't know how to explain it. It's so natural for me. I love that he said it this way. So, do you remember when I was talking about strikers, and I was talking about, for example, Nico Jackson, and even before that, Lukaku, and just about instinct? And how much I value instinct. I value the ability of a technical player or a player in a position that needs to have a certain amount of skill, whether it's a striker or a winger predominantly, right? That's where your instinct really needs to kick in. Maybe the attacking midfielder as well, because you need skill. But in a role where you have to be technical or you need to think on the spot in a split second, I love my players to have instinct. For me, that is so important, because if you don't have that, that's something that cannot be trained into you. You can be trained into anything, but in terms of having a natural born instinct, you're born with that. That's something that you have innate. That's not something that can be put into you. If you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. End of story. You can try and maybe make yourself quicker, but you haven't got that ability to read the game in a split second and execute on what you know you just need to do. You don't even think about it, you just do it. You do it and then think. That's instinct. Not everyone has that. And we've come across many players that don't have it. But for me, a striker and the wingers must have it. And he has explained it in exactly the way that I love to see. That this is it. He has explained exactly what I'm looking for. He has done that to a T. I can't big up this player anymore. I can't. Estevao he's brilliant. I love it. He's fantastic. I've lost words. I've lost words, guys. I've lost words. That's it. Bring on Burnley. Bring on Burnley. That's it. Now, he has spoken on the coaches as well. So let's hear what he's had to say about Ancelotti and Maresca. He says they are incredible people and incredible coaches. Ancelotti told me that he trained Maresca at Juve as well. So that's amazing. They're both Italian as well. As for Maresca, he's an incredible person, an amazing human being that tries to bring out the best in me. He's so appreciative as well, you know. He's not even starting games regularly, but it's his mindset, man. We're blessed to have him. We're blessed to have him. And this goes back again to the sort of players and the talent that we're actually looking for. If we are getting young players of this sort of level, then I'm not going to complain. This is exactly, I'll be happy. I'll be happy because he is going to make a key difference. JT spoke about Estevao as well and said that we're blessed in terms of having Cole Palmer come back, and we've now also got the option of Estevao to work alongside him. Now, when he says that, I'm going to show you this picture, and this is going to tell you exactly where we're heading. Let me introduce you to the Chelsea attack from next season. Behind the striker, this is it. Movies will be made in 26-27, it seems. Estevao, Cole Palmer, and Quenda. That might be lethal. That might be lethal. This could be mad for everyone. Just saying. Just saying. This could be mad. So let's wait and see how it's all going to pan out. What do you think? Let me know down below. Now, as we wrap up, let me give you the latest on Rudiger at Real Madrid. Interesting from Florian Plettenberg. Real Madrid and Antonio Rudiger remain open to extending his expiring contract beyond 2026. Before the injury, there had already been concrete discussions about figures. Since the injury, talks have been on hold. The current plan is first his comeback and then new negotiations. Saudi interest remains strong, and a Premier League return is also an option for Rudiger. Now, this is tough. Would I take Rudiger back? I don't think Chelsea would. So this is where I don't even think this is a conversation. This is where we differentiate between what we want and what is real and what is realistically going to happen. Chelsea are not going to go and get Rudiger. 32 years old, high salary in terms of what he's getting at Real Madrid. We can't exactly give him his old salary. You know, we can't go, hey, can you go back to what you was earning before? No, that's not happening. So when you look at that, and also, yeah, his injury record isn't as good as it was when he was at Chelsea, but yeah, he's an experienced top-level central defender, isn't he? And he's familiar, and he's played with us, and he knows. And I feel like we could get a Thiago Silva-esque sort of character from Rudiger, which could help a lot. But then again, it goes back to what would we look like if everyone was fit and everyone was available and playing all the time? If we actually had Levi Cole or Fofana, are we actually covered? When you look at the players that are on loan at the moment, Mamadou Sarr and Selmino, and they come there as secondary options maybe, are we covered? Is it needed? Some would say right now, yes, it's needed. Yes, but right now, what about in the summer? Because Rudiger's not moving in January, forget it. So we've got to think about then, where we could have everyone back. So it's a catch-22. It's a catch-22. But I'm telling you now, that's just in terms of our opinion. Rudiger will not be coming back to Chelsea. No way. It's not happening. It's not happening. So that's that. Now, let me know your thoughts. As Champions League TV rights have kind of been decided. Now, I'm going to speak for those that are in the UK. TNT Sports are out. Yes, here's the latest. TNT Sports has lost the rights to show Champions League in the UK from 2027. So they will for next year, 2026. And then that's it. Well, who's replacing them? This is going to be weird, but thankfully it's not such a financial disaster for those that pay. We know many of you don't. Firestick FC. Here's the latest. Streaming platform Paramount Plus is in pole position to win the contest to broadcast the Champions League in the UK from 2027. Paramount Plus, I think costs £5 a month. And they're already part of the Sky subscription. So if you do have Sky, then you already have Paramount Plus, so you'll be covered. So financially, this is why I said, for people, it's actually going to be better. But it's just weird having to go to Paramount Plus to watch Champions League. Mate, bring me back ITV. You know, I remember when Champions League was on ITV and we had Des Lynam. Yeah? Who remembers Des Lynam? Let me know if you... big up Des. Des Lynam. Who was the other guy? He also hosted the Formula One. I forgot his name. Man. What was his name? I've lost it. I've got his face in my head and I can't think of the name. If you remember, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see if any of you remember. But there was Des Lynam and there was... Who followed him? I forgot the name. He also used to host the Formula One. I forgot. Anyway, so that's that. Now, Paramount Plus, Champions League from next year, so get yourselves ready. That's in if you're in the UK. I'm talking only UK only. Abroad, same channels, don't worry, nothing's changed for you. Which includes me now as well. Big up being sports. Now, the World Cup playoff final draw has been made. Here they are. For the intercontinental draw, we have New Caledonia versus Jamaica. The winner will face DR Congo, and Bolivia versus Suriname. The winner will face Iraq. And those two winners will then go to the World Cup. I anticipate Jamaica to beat New Caledonia. By the way, how is it that we've got New Caledonia and Suriname playing World Cup playoffs? This is nuts. But anyway, I expect Jamaica-Congo. Jamaica, who don't have Steve McLaren anymore. And I expect DR Congo to beat Jamaica. But Jamaica, who don't have McLaren anymore, might actually now have a chance because McLaren's holding them back, let's be honest. But DR Congo, they're a good team, man. They're a good team. I expect DR Congo to go through. And then I expect either Bolivia or Iraq to go through. That's actually going to be a tough one. I might watch that. that's probably a bit neck and neck. For the European lot, UEFA, here's the semi-final playoff draw. We have Northern Ireland versus Italy. We got Wales versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. We got Ukraine versus Sweden, Poland versus Albania, Turkey versus Romania, Slovakia versus Kosovo, Denmark versus North Macedonia, and Czech Republic versus Ireland. So this is going to be very interesting because each winner from each path goes through. There's going to be 4 winners, 4 countries to qualify to the World Cup. Northern Ireland have a chance to do it. Wales have a chance to do it. They could face each other, but I expect Italy to win. Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, Albania. I expect... that's a bit tough, actually. That's actually tough. I expect Sweden and Poland. And then... Ah, but Sweden's got Graham Potter now. They're gonna bottle it. No. Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, Kosovo. I expect Turkey and Slovakia to make it through, and then I expect Turkey to win. So Turkey, and Denmark, North Macedonia, Czech Republic, Ireland. Big up the island. I hope Ireland make it, but that's tough. Denmark will be hard, and Czech Republic will be hard as well. So let's see. Let me know your predictions down below as well, and I'll end it there. Subscribe, notification bell on. Make sure you're here tomorrow. There's new content coming to the channel too, that you guys are going to love and you guys are going to interact with. So make sure you've got your eyes peeled, subscribe. But tomorrow there will be the preview for Burnley versus Chelsea. So make sure you're here. Make sure you're on Shootout as well as we go through our Premier League predictions. That is going to be up tomorrow. And I will see all of you then. Look after yourselves, people. Thank you all so much for watching. Catch you later. Take care and peace.